Hello students, I am recording this video today to introduce you to your documentation memorandum assignment. I'm showing you the page on Learn right now that shows your assignment, and circled there is in the left sidebar where you can find the assignment. Once you see the page, you'll see that the title is clickable, and that's where you'll turn in the final draft of the assignment. So here it is. With all of the, just clicking through some other pages there, it has all the pertinent information in the assignment, but if you look in your course calendar, you'll see that right now I'm highlighting where it is on the course calendar, Monday in week 2. It's due a week and a half later. So you have a week and a half to do this assignment. There's no rough draft due for this assignment, just the final draft. And if you do need any support as you're working on it, of course, you can reach out to me and I will answer any questions you might have. But this video should serve to go through the assignment in pretty careful detail to give you all of the information that you might need. So again, here's the assignment. You'll see that I've given you 3 examples of documentation that I found online for products that I am familiar with. That's exactly what you're going to do. I've chosen 2 different kinds of documentation. One kind is something that would basically come as a leaflet with a product you would buy, and the other is online documentation for software. The first is for a Billy bookcase by IKEA. The other is for a water meter, and the other is for an online utility called Sanuti. So here is the Billy bookcase. Many of you are familiar with IKEA instructions, and here is the hot water meter, PDF pages on that company's website, and here is the Sanuti instructions, the troubleshooting or transferring music instructions for that utility. So you'll see already, just from this quick review of the 3 of them, me clicking through them right now, that they're delivered in very different ways for their users. You have to think about you as a user and how you've used documentation, instructions, procedures in the past. So here's the Billy bookcase one. We'll take a closer look at it right now. You'll see that in terms of alphabetic text on this page, it's very minimal. It's mostly illustrations, assembly instructions with sort of blown out illustrations of how the pieces fit together. They also have some graphics that show things that you're not supposed to do, such as the Xing out of certain things that somebody might try to do. They also have illustrations of all of the pieces that come with this product. So the instructions for IKEA are sort of famous. Some people find them very frustrating. Some people find them very usable. I don't know where you stand on that, but perhaps you've got an opinion on another kind of instructions. This is for the software Sanuti. You'll see that it includes some screenshots of how things would look on your Mac if you were using this to transfer music files. It's pretty straightforward. You'll see that up at the top it has a numerical list of steps to follow, and then it has the screenshots that show you step by step what you should be also seeing on your screen when you go through this process yourself. So then next we have, back to the assignment, you'll see that these are turned into screenshots included in the document that I've created for you. You're going to be doing something similar in your memo. The writing part of your memo has to be 2 pages, but you have to include an appendix that includes screenshots of what you're seeing, so I can see the documentation that you're describing in the body of your memo. I also have some hyperlinks in this assignment, one to how you write a review, and the other to instructions on writing a memo. Of course, you're not reviewing the product. You're not reviewing whether you like your Billy bookcase or not. You're reviewing how easy or hard to use the documentation was. You're putting yourself in the shoes of a user. Of course, hopefully you are a user of the documentation that you're reviewing here. You'll see there's a bulleted list down here at the bottom that isolates some of these questions you need to ask. Was it easy to use? Was the documentation straightforward? Were there illustrations that helped you? And were there any rich media components? In this Sanuti one, there are. There's some hyperlinks that you can click on to get to additional pages that might provide you with more information. Of course, in the IKEA example, it's just a PDF, a virtual version of a brochure that might have been included with the product. So you'll see there's 4 bullet points there that kind of guide you through the sorts of things that you need to talk about in your memo. Now, hopefully you'll recognize that this exercise here, which we're doing in week 2 and 3 of our semester, is an exercise that's going to prepare you. This memorandum, which I'm going to show you, the OWL from Purdue, instructions on writing a memo, this memorandum prepares you to write your own documentation later in the semester. But here are the standards for writing a memo as outlined in the OWL. You'll see that there are section headings in this memo. They're example. Probably you've used the OWL before in other writing classes. These section headings will probably be associated in your memo to the products that you're reviewing the documentation for. Now, of course, as I was saying, you have to stay very much on task to provide a description of and a review of the documentation. And I will be assessing you based on the criteria that I've just highlighted here. I have the grading broken down into these components. So you can see the numerical values associated with each of the parts of the assignment. And then when you get your grade for this assignment, I will send you an Excel spreadsheet that has how many points you've earned out of the possible total amount for each item. Now, again, I'll reiterate, you have to understand what good instructions are, what good documentation is, before you can write your own. Of course, in this week, you are doing a whole lot of reading, watching a lot of videos, learning about how technical writers today produce multiple kinds of documents and provide documentation for products both complex and simple in large organizations and small organizations. In order to be prepared to understand that landscape of technical writing today, you have to be able to assess the documentation, the technical documents written by other people, and that's the purpose of this assignment. So if you have any questions as you're working on this, please reach out to me and I will be happy to answer them. As I mentioned previously, for your writing, if you have writing concerns, please be sure to reach out to CAPS. Either visit them or access them online. Good luck.